Welcome to State Scoop TV. I'm Jake Williams. We're here with Nelson Moe. He's the Chief Information Officer for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Nelson, thanks for being with us.
Good to see you, Jake. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. We're here at the NASCIO 2017 Midyear Conference in Crystal City, Virginia, where we're talking all things priorities and all things technology. Nelson, what are your main priorities and focuses for the year ahead, and really how have they changed over the last year or so?
We have a couple priorities. Obviously, one is the disentanglement from the large-scale contract we currently have with Northrop Grumman. That's one. We're also focusing on embracing cloud technologies. We're vetting software as a service suppliers for agencies. That's a big one. And I've also started an innovation engine. It's basically an ability for companies to come to us with their ideas and to present to the agencies.
That's great, and you know, Nelson, at conferences like these, and I know you know, across the board in Virginia, you guys spend a lot of time thinking about the future. And I know with the disentanglement, there's a lot of things that you're thinking about the future. Tell me about that enterprise vision process and really how you're planning on and executing on some of these big projects.
Okay, well, the enterprise process deals with obviously the fiscal realities of what we can get done. We try to move the ball forward on data analytics, data sharing. You know, with Executive Directive 7 and the most recent, the Data Summit. The governor is moving forward with a lot of cybersecurity initiatives, as you know, as NGA chair. We're doing that. So that all factors in. And then we time it with the General Assembly, because they're very supportive of a lot of our efforts.
That's great. Okay. You know, at conferences like these, we hear a lot about buzzwords. And I know that you and I have talked about some buzzwords. What's the biggest one, the biggest buzzword that you find yourself getting tired of? And how are you channeling the ideas behind it into some action?
I'm tired of buzzwords. Well, the one that I hear a lot about is data analytics. You know, it means, and not that I'm tired of it, but it's something we want to move forward with. And so it's an area of growth as more and more data comes into us. How are we going to analyze it, how it's going to get done. And you see, I've seen different approaches to it, but when I channel it going forward, I want to make sure, and it was a very good presentation today at NASCIO about making sure you ask the right questions for analytics and get that done. So I think that's the so what test. You got his data, you do the right tools for looking at it, but you have to look at it from a business need. How do we want to make it, how do we want to take that information from that data and use it in actionable events? So that would be, say tired, just one of those things I say, okay, that's not what the real, it's not analytics, it's what you do with it.
Right, and that's something that you guys are working on with your analytics summit just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly right, yeah.
That's outstanding. With something like analytics and a lot of your other priorities across the board, there's a lot of talk about collaboration. What are you doing to collaborate outside the boundaries of your agency, and what have some of the challenges that have come along with that been?
It's a collaboration outside the agency. I go back to the Innovation Center of Excellence. It's a very low profile cost model, and it's just basically a forum for companies to come in and demonstrate their products, demonstrate their ideas in a safe environment. With the agencies. So I think that's the best way to answer that question. And we work with the agencies on a specific type of ideas to look for.
And so last question for you, Nelson, you know, emerging technology. We hear at conferences like NASCIO and at events across the country about all these new things that you have to worry about. How has emerging technology changed the way that your state solves problems and delivers services?
Oh, wow. Well, we want to be able to get to a framework, a contractual framework at the end of the CIO with Northrop Grumman that allows us to adopt, take on technologies at a faster rate. So the agencies use, from a technology perspective, application development. So that's really where the areas are we can move in now much more rapidly. So that's kind of neat to see. Good example, the Department of Medicaid Systems, DMAS, they rolled out a smart data project, and that's an innovation event, and it really has to do with it's a data analytics platform, and they specifically designed it for health and human services types of information. So I'm really excited about that.
That's really exciting. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Nelson, thanks for being with us today.
You betcha, Jake. Thank you for your time, man.
For more about what Nelson's up to and the Virginia Information Technologies Agency, check out statescoop.com and subscribe to the Daily Scoop e-newsletter in your inbox every single morning. I'm Jake Williams, the Manager of Strategic Initiatives for State Scoop, again with Nelson Moe, the CIO for the state of Virginia. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.